So good day to each and everyone. So for today, we'll be talking about the, the general and unique characteristics of the different organ systems in representative animals. So what happens when organisms become more complex? How do organisms built of billions or even trillions of cells get the raw materials needed to each and every cell? Diba? So, ang mga organisms being complex, so meron silang billions or even trillions of cells. So, paano kaya napapasa yung mga materials needed by each cells? So, for example, how brain cells get their materials, how blood cells get their materials. So the answer is because of the body systems. So large complex organisms need many levels of organization to ensure all cells get what they need to perform life functions. Okay, so for example, the nutrients needed by the different cell. Ba? So pwede siyang manggaling muna sa digestive system, followed, okay, tapos pupunta sa circulatory system hanggang mapasa sa lahat ng systems. Tapos sa systems na yun, mapapasa doon sa mga cells. So the body of an animal is like a well-organized machine capable of performing different tasks. Okay, because of the well-organized or well-organization of an organism, kaya makapag-perform ng different tasks. Okay, so for example, the digestive system, meron siyang function na na para doon sa system na yun. Okay? So the ability of the body to do all the things it can do is due to the special structures both inside and outside that work together in an orderly manner. Okay, so balikan lang natin yung properties of life last time, di ba? So yung first is yung organization. Okay, and since yung organization na yun is uh, pinag-aaralan doon yung specialized structure, mga different parts ng isang system or ng isang organism. So, nakakapag-perform, nakakagawa siya ng task in an orderly manner. Same with, diba, sa ating unifying theme, yung biological system. Diba, ang isang organism sa loob niya is meron siyang system. Okay, so those systems are interrelation, inter interconnected, interdependent. Okay? So animals are arguably the most complex organisms on the planet or on this planet. So complex in a way na meron siyang different cells, different organs, different organ systems. So the body is made up of many millions of cells which you cannot see unless you use a microscope. Okay? So special cells come together to make an organ, diba? So balikan lang natin yung ating organization. Diba? Sabi natin, a cell or group of cells comes together, it will become tissue. Okay? And then tissues or group of tissues come together, will become organs. And then organs, okay, that comes together will become an organ system. Okay, so this is the organization. Then nag-start sa cell. So again, cell is the basic building block of life. So yung ang isang living organism, ang kanyang pinaka-basic building block is cell. Okay, so for example, cell, group of cells, okay, makakabuo siya ng tissues. So let's say muscle cell. So makakabuo siya ng muscle tissue and then group of muscle tissues, it will become a muscle organ. Okay, muscles natin. Then muscles, makakabuo yan ng organ system. Okay, so parang muscular system. Okay? So an organ is a complex structure within the body. It has a special job or jobs to do. So for example, yung brain natin, di ba, meron siyang special job. Yung eyes natin, yung ears natin, meron silang special job or jobs na ginagawa. And then the body system is a group of parts that work together to serve a common purpose. For example, in terms of digestive system, di ba? Starting from the mouth, tapos papasok sa esophagus, and then sa mga intestines natin, small and large, tapos lalabas sa rectum or sa anus, di ba? So that is a body system. So ito yung mga group of organ or group of parts that work together to serve a common purpose. Okay? So each individual body system works in conjunction with other body system. It relies on the other system to work well to maintain internal stability and balance, otherwise known as homeostasis. Kasi ba? One property of life is, yung tinatawag natin na homeostasis, is the maintenance or regulation of our internal stability and balance. Okay, so yung internal temperature natin, okay, yung ating ah, internal chemical fluid sa loob ng katawan natin. So, nami-maintain natin yan due to the conjunction of our body system. For example, nainitan yung ating katawan. So, we can use the digestive system, inom tayo ng malamig na tubig. Okay? Tapos, from the mouth, magta-travel. Tapos doon, okay, mararamdaman ng ating katawan. So, mamimaintain yung ating internal stability and balance. Okay? So, halimbawa, tumataas yung sugar natin, yung sugar ng isang organism. So, mag-intake lang siya ng material or ng substance para bumaba yung sugar ng isang organism. So, that is the conjunction with other body system. Okay? So we are the most amazing organism that live to carry out some functions. So our organ systems are interdependent, ba? Interconnected and packaged together in a relatively small space. Okay, so that's how beauty these organ systems, ba? So kahit na small space lang yung kanilang kinalalagyan, they still they function well. Okay? Mas yung mga organs do sa ating organ systems are interdependent, interconnected and packaged together. So animals are complex organisms with systems and processes that allow them to carry out activities to remain in the living conditions. Okay, so bakit again sila tinatawag na complex organisms? Because they are made up of many, many millions of cells. Kaya tinawag silang complex. Okay, so let's try to name what kind of organ system is in the picture. Okay. So for picture 1, okay. So ano kayang organ system? Ito. Okay. So very good. It is a skeletal system. How about number 2? So what is your guess? Okay. So this one is a muscular system. Okay. The third one is, okay, it is a digestive system. Okay. For number 4, okay, nose, tapos yung ating lungs. So this is a respiratory system. Okay, the brain, tapos yung mga veins natin, then yung spinal cord natin. This is referring to, okay, very good. This is a nervous system. And this one, yung heart, ba, the pumping of the blood, passing of oxygen. Okay, so yung mga ugat-ugat natin. So this one is for circulation, and that is for circulatory system. Okay, so some of the human's organ system natin. So skeletal provides structures to the body and protects internal organs. Okay, so parang yung brain natin, di ba, for the skull, na pinoprotektahan niya, okay, in any danger. The muscular system supports the body and allows it to move. So without this muscular system, we are not able to lift a finger. Hindi tayo makakagalaw even though na meron tayong skeletal system. So still, kailangan pa din natin ng muscular system. The digestive system, it breaks down food and absorb its nutrients. So si digestive system, siya yung system na kailangan ng tao para makapag-metabolize, para makapag breakdown ng food para ma-convert into energy. Respiratory system takes in oxygen and release releases waste gases. So, take in yung oxygen, and then nire-release siya yung carbon dioxide. And then nervous system controls sensation, thought, movement, and virtually all other body activities. So, sa nervous system, siya yung nagbibigay sa atin ng data. Kung ano ba yung hinahawakan natin, ano ba yung nakikita natin, ano ba yung gagawin natin. Okay? And then circulatory system transports oxygen, nutrients, and other substances to cell and carries away wastes. Okay? So after, di ba, after the digestive system, mabe-break down into nutrients. So si circulatory, siya yung magta-transfer ng mga nutrients sa mga different parts of the body, organs, mga cells. Okay? And also, siya rin yung nagta-transport ng mga waste natin na dinadala dun sa isa pang system, which is yung endocrine system. Question. So what do you think is the most important organ system in the body? Why? Okay, so try to answer and then paki-chat sa akin sa messenger. Ano ba yung most important organ system in the body? Tsaka, bakit? Okay, so do you think all animals have the same organ system? So lahat ba sila meron ng same organ systems? Okay, so paki-sagot din yung and then i-submit sa akin sa messenger. So the human body and even the simplest animal is made up of several organ systems that work as one unit. Okay, so the major organ systems of the body work together either directly or indirectly to keep the body functioning normally. Right? So the body is a chemical and physical machine. As such, it is subject to certain laws. These are sometimes called natural laws. So each part of the body is engineered to do a particular function necessary for everyday living. So for example, di ba, pagkakain tayo, that is digestive system. Pag mag-inhale, exhale tayo, that is a respiratory system. Okay, and then yung dalawa na yon, after natin makapag-inhale, exhale, makapag-digest, yung nutrients, yung oxygen na inhale natin is circulated by circulatory system. Yung movement natin, nagagawa natin yan because of the muscular system plus the skeletal system. Okay? So let's talk about the animal organ systems. Okay? So animals ba? Same ba na merong digestive system, respiratory, circulatory? Same ba ng function yung nangyayari sa tao saka sa mga animals? So yun yung ating malalaman in this lesson. So first, let's have the digestive system. So animal nutrition is the process of taking in, taking apart, and taking of the nutrients from the food source. So pas nabing animal nutrients, it's the study of the characteristics of the nutrients or the materials it absorbed, swallowed, intake by the organism or specifically animal. So meron siyang apat na process or apat na stages. So ingestion, ito yung pag-swallow natin, pag-swallow ng animal ng food na ilalagay sa kanyang mouth, sa kanyang beak. Okay, so depende sa animal. And then after ingestion, that is the digestion. So tutunawin, iko-convert yung food na na-intake into nutrients. And then absorption. So it circulate, i-absorb ng mga different cells, different organs. And last part is the elimination or egestion. Ito na yung ilalabas, yung waste product. Okay? So pag intake natin, pag intake ng animal ng food, i-ingest ang tawag doon, tapos tutunawin, digestion. Then after matunaw, yung nutrients i-absorb ng body or the different parts of the animal. And then after nun, syempre meron din yung waste. So yung waste na yun is may eliminate or may ingest dun sa digestive system. Okay? So the animals with complete digestive system where the entrance and exit of food and waste are different. They have different kind of mechanisms of ingestion depending on their evolutionary adaptation to their food. So example, yung dog kanina, di ba? Ginagamit niya yung kanyang mouth para makapag-ingest. At ang example naman natin na chicken na gamit ng pang-ingest ay yung kanyang beak. Okay, so that is the entrance of the food. Ang exit of the food naman, okay, or yung waste product, o yung waste material ng isang animal is lalabas dun sa kanyang puwet. Okay, so for this chicken, lalabas siya dun sa cloaca. Okay, so dito lalabas yung waste. Okay? So that is for the animals that have different entrance and exit of food and waste. Okay? So meron din kasi mga animals like cnidarians, jellyfish, animal, coral, where the entrance and exit of food and waste is the same. Okay? So same ang pasukan ng food tsaka labasan ng waste. So ang tawag doon is gastrovascular cavity. So papasok sa gastrovascular cavity yung food and then doon lalabas din ang waste. Okay, so same ng daanan ng ang food and ng waste. Okay? Ang tawag doon ay gastrovascular cavity. Next is the second system natin is the respiratory system. So the respiratory system facilitates breathing. Inhale, exhale. Okay, so in the alveoli tissue of the lungs, the exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide molecules between air and the bloodstream occurs by passive transport so that the oxygen is taken in and carbon dioxide and water are removed. So dun sa alveoli tissue, doon nagkakaroon ng separation. Okay? Hihiwala yung oxygen tsaka yung carbon dioxide molecules. Okay? Kasi di ba yung air na ini-inhale natin, hindi naman pure oxygen yan. Okay? So pag inhale natin, may kasamang carbon dioxide. So through the alveolar tissue, gagawin is magkakaroon ng exchange of oxygen and carbon dioxide na dadaan dun sa bloodstream. So, yung oxygen will taken in, mapapasok sa ating lungs, okay? And yung carbon dioxide and water are removed. So, kailangan lang kasi ng katawan ng isang animal is oxygen. Yung carbon dioxide is nagiging waste product. So gas exchange is very important to animals as they require oxygen in the production of higher amount of energy compared to process of production of energy without oxygen. Diba? As a human, pag konti lang yung oxygen, di ba madalas tayong napapagod, madalas tayong ah ito, nanlalata kung walang oxygen. Okay? Tapos, di ba, pag umakyat ka ng bundok, tapos luminipis yung oxygen, nahihirapan kang huminga. Parang nakakabagal ng production. Hindi ka, unlike pag meron kang, meron kang sapat na source ng oxygen. Okay, so pag naglalaro ka ng basketball, di ba, sa unang minutes, okay, energetic ka pa kasi ang dami mo pang source ng oxygen. Pero afterwards ng ilang minuto, dahil nagagamit na yung stored oxygen mo, so yun nga, bumabagal ka na, nanlalambot ka na. Okay? So air as a respiratory medium, as air is lighter and has more oxygen content compared to the same volume of water, ventilation is not much of a problem of terrestrial organisms. Ito yung mga terrestrial organisms. Ito yung mga organism, animals, tao na nabubuhay sa earth crust or sa ibabaw ng lupa. Okay? So pagdating sa mga terrestrial, hindi problem yung oxygen. Okay? Unlike sa mga nasa ilalim ng water or yung mga marine animal. Okay? Kasi dun sa marine, dun sa ilalim ng ocean, sa ilalim ng tubig, kulang ang oxygen kasi mas marami sa air. Okay, so the tracheal system of insects, it has a branch network of tracheal tube that respond to the problem of decreased surface area in the respiratory structure. So, sa tracheal system of insects, diba? So, dahil maliit lang si insect, okay? So, meron siyang tinatawag na tracheal system. Ito yung naging solusyon dito sa problem na konti lang yung surface para dun sa respiratory structure. Okay? So the tracheal system opens externally through the side of the insect through a structure called a spiracle. So, asan ba yung spiracle dito? Okay, so ito yun. Okay, bilugin natin. Okay, so ito yung spiracle. Okay? Ito yung tracheal system, itong color blue. Okay? So air enters and exits through the spiracles or spiracles. Okay? So doon lumalabas, doon pumapasok at lumalabas yung air. So as the respiratory system of insects are independent from their circulatory systems, gases are directly exchanged through tracheoles, which have extensions that are directly connected to the cells. So as you notice here, yung color blue, so doon dumadaan yung oxygen. Yung color red naman, that is for the blood. Ang isang insect, separate ang circulatory system niya sa respiratory system niya. Okay, so yung red, doon nagta-travel yung oxygen. Yung tracheal system, doon yung color blue, yun nga yung nagta-travel yung oxygen. Yun na direct tumatama sa cell. Yung color red, that is for the circulatory, doon nagta-travel yung blood. So air sacs act like aspirator which sticks in and push out air of the body of the insect. Diba? Doon sa ating tawag dito, sa tao, that is the lungs. So pagdating sa respiratory ng insects, meron siyang air sacs. So ito yung takes in and push out the air of the body of the insect. So para siya nagpa-pump, yung hangin pagdating sa insect. So next, the mammalian respiratory system compared to insect, mammals and other organisms have respiratory system that work together with their circulatory system. Diba sabi ko nga kanina, magka-separate yung respiratory system tsaka circulatory. Yung mga mammalians, okay, is meron silang same, okay, na or meron yung circulatory sa respiratory work together. Okay, so gases are transported via bloodstream and are exchanged via diffusion. So these or there are different ways in which animals transport substance across their body. So again, balikan lang natin to. So respiratory system ng mammalians, okay, nag-work together with the circulatory system. So dumadaan sila dun sa bloodstream doon, dumadaan yung oxygen plus yung blood. And nagkakaroon lang sila ng exchange via diffusion. Okay? And for the circulatory system, the third organ system for the animal, there are different ways in which animals transport substance across their body. So in animals with close circulatory system, the circulatory fluid does not go out of the vessel. Okay, sabi nga natin kanina, exchange occurs through diffusion via thinner vessels called capillaries across the interstitial fluid. Right? So different animals have adopted different mechanisms in transport, such as in fishes, where a single circulation is enough. Okay? Diba? Here capillaries, body capillaries. Okay? Kasi di ba sa ilalim ng dagat, yung ginagamit is yung kanilang hasang. So meron silang connected doon, which is the capillary. So doon nangyayari yung diffusion. Okay? So compared to cnidarians, di ba sabi nga natin kanina, ang mga animals, cnidarians, mga starfish, isa lang yung kanilang entrance tsaka exit. So tinatawag natin na gastrovascular cavity. So compared to cnidarians, the gastrovascular cavity of flatworms have extensions in order to reach areas of the body far from the axis. So without these extensions of the gastrovascular cavity, diffusion might not be enough in the transport of substance. So kung yung mga Walang extension yung mga flatworms, yung gastrovascular cavities, hindi mapupuntahan, hindi malalagyan, hindi mabibigyan ng enough nutrients, enough oxygen, enough blood ang isang flatworm. Okay? Lalo na yung mga cnidar. Yan. So, dapat yung gastrovascular cavity is extended. Ipapunta dun sa mga malalayong axis. Next, circulatory system. So, amphibian, double circulation differs from mammalian, crocodilian, and avian as blood is mixed. So, yung mga amphibians, compare sa mammalian, crocodilian, and avian as blood is mixed. Okay? So the presence of one ventricle does not prevent the mixing of blood. And like in the four-chambered heart of mammal, crocodilian, and avian, where the ventricle is divided into two. Okay? So yung one ventricle does not prevent the mixing of blood pagdating yan sa amphibian. Pag like sa four-chambered heart of mammal, such as yung uh, human, okay? So meron siyang ventricle na divided into two. Okay, so meron tayong right ventricle and left ventricle. So depende dun sa pupuntahan yung magiging direction ng blood flow. So mixing of blood does not have a major implication sa amphibian. So walang problem pag nag-mix yung blood sa kayang oxygen. Why? Because they have low metabolic rate, thus less need for energy. So mabagal mag-metabolize yung mga amphibian. So, hindi nila kailangan ng maraming energy. They have the ability to respire through their skin. So, that's not needing to fully oxygenate the blood through their lungs. So, that is for the amphibian. So, kaya nilang huminga sa kanilang mga skins. Unlike sa isang mammal, na isa lang ang pasukan ng kanilang air, which is yung sa kanilang respiratory system. So, for example, yung dogs, di ba? Isa lang yung kanilang lungs. So, doon lang papasok yung oxygen. So, kailangan ng proper circulation para yung na-inhale na oxygen ng animal is ma-circulate through their body. So, sa mga amphibians kasi, kaya nilang mag-breathe through their skin. Okay? Next is the urinary system. So in order to remove waste, animals have the excretory system, which enables it to remove excess salt or water in the body. Okay, so from the name urinary system, so dito related si urine o yung ihi ng isang animal. Okay? So waste removal follows the following processes. Okay, so first one is the filtration. So the mass movement of water and solutes from plasma to the renal tubule that occurs in the renal corpuscle. So yung mga bayag-bayag. So doon nagkakaroon ng filtration. Parang merong filter na na nag-filter dun sa mga solutes. Pag sinabing solutes, pwedeng salt, pwedeng sugar. So, papasok lang yung mga fluid or liquid. Tapos, may iwan yung mga solute. Okay, next is the reabsorption, the movement of water and solutes from tubule back into the plasma. Next is the secretion, the continuous secretion of additional substance in the tubular fluid. And okay, last one is the excretion. It is what goes to the urine. Okay, doon nalalabas yung liquids. Again, first one is the filtration, di ba? So, pag may naginti ka ng nutrients, i-filter yung mga solutes. Okay, after ma-filter, magkakaroon ulit ng reabsorption sasama dun sa water and solutes pabalik dun sa plasma. Okay, and then the continuous secretion of additional substance in the tubular fluid. So, yung mga nakokollect ng mga solution na may water tsaka solute, and then yung okay, yung mga yon is lalabas as urine sa excretion. So organisms have different ways in the form of nitrogenous, ways which they need to excrete. Parang tao, di ba? So, hindi lang naman ihe yung pwede natin excrete. Okay, pwedeng pawis. Pero since ang usapan natin is urinary system, okay, so therefore, it is urine na lumalabas sa mga reproductive organs natin. The different organisms have different excretory systems, such as the Pronopteridia of flatworms, where a network of dead-end tubules lacking internal openings. There's some Metanephridia of annelids, which consists of ciliated funnel opening to the body cavity, connected to a duct which may be variously glandular-like. So meron yung mga ibang animals, meron silang ibang excretory. So hindi sila umihi sa kanilang reproductive organ. So, lumalabas yung kanilang urine, okay, para dun sa flatworm, dun sa kanilang okay, Protonophridia, para naman sa mga annelids dun sa Metaphridia. Okay? So, folded or expanded and is typically opens to the organism's exterior. So, malphigian tubules of insects, any of the excretory organs that lie in the abdominal body and cavity, an empty interjunction between midgut and hindgut and the nephrons of humans and mammals, which actually removing waste and excess substance from the blood through urination. So, yung dumi natin, yung dumi, yung mga solutes, yung sobrang salt, sobrang sugar is lumalabas sa urinary system. Kaya papansinin niyo, di ba? So, pag nasobrahan kayo sa junk foods o kung ano mang kinonsume mo na food, okay, parang magko-color yellow, yung ihi nyo. Ibig sabihin, marami kasing solute, yun sumama dun sa waste mo. Okay? Next is the immune system. So from the name itself, the immune system is a complex network of cells and protein that defends the body against infection. Okay? So ideally, ang katawan ng isang organism, sa animal, meron siyang antibody. So itong antibody na to siya nagpo-protect sa atin. So nag-serve as immune system natin. Okay? So it defends the internal environments from invading microorganisms and viruses as well as cancerous cell. So kung malakas yung immune system natin, so kahit na meron tayong cancer cell sa loob ng katawan natin, hindi yan mag-grow kasi tinatalo ng immune system ang pag-grow pagdami ng cancerous cell sa loob ng katawan ng tao. Okay? So kahit na halimbawa sa classroom, kahit na merong virus or sinisipon ang isa nyong classmate, kung malakas ang immune system ninyo, hindi ka makakahawa kasi tatalunin ng immune system yung virus na pumasok sa okay? So, kasi nga meron tayong tinatawag na antibodies. So, the immune system provides cells that aid in protection of the body from disease via antigen, antibodies, response. Okay? So, ang katawan natin gumagawa yan ng antibody. Kaya nga binabawal yung antibiotic kasi pinapahina yung mga antibodies natin. So, nagdedepende tayo noon sa antibiotic. Alright? So, a variety of general response are also part of this system. Okay? So, ito yung ating immune system. So, leukocytes response to pathogens. So, meron tayong innate immune responses. Ito yung first line of defense natin. Indiscriminately attacks pathogens. So, sa loob natin, meron tayong innate. So, pagkapanganak pa lang natin, meron tayong immune system. Saan ba nanggagaling yun? Sa parent or sa mother natin specifically. Next is the adaptive immune response. So, follows innate response, targets specific pathogens, produces antigen-specific memories. Halimbawa, nagkaroon ka ng sakit, na labanan yung sakit na yon, yung virus na yon. So that is what we call adaptive immune response. So pag magkakaroon ulit ng virus, same virus, so hindi ka natatablan nun. Maliban na lang kung yung virus will mutated or mag-evolve or lalakas. So doon, magkakaroon ko ulit ng adaptive immune response. Kaya nga, ganun binabawal si antibiotic. Kasi tinutulungan niya mag-response dun sa virus. Okay? Next is the endocrine system. So endocrine is the integral parts of the endocrine system. include the hypothalamus, pituitary gland, pineal body, thyroid and parathyroid gland, thymus, adrenal glands, pancreas, and ovary that make hormones. Endocrine system is related sa ating hormones. Okay, so for example, sa paano masasabi na in love ka? Okay, so si endocrine system ang nagbibigay sa atin ng signal through the hypothalamus. Okay, so hormones are substances which can cause a reaction to a cell. In Greek, it literally means to excite. Okay, so parang sabi ko niya, di ba, pag in love ka, so paano malalaman na in love ka? Is hypothalamus. Yeah, kasi binibigyan ka ng excitement. Okay? So it is secreted into extracellular fluid such in blood or lymph and transported to target cells to elicit a specific response which can be rapid or slow. Okay? So the growth and development of the body are examples of slow and long-term effect of hormones. Okay? So yung paglaki ng isang tao is nakadepende niyan din sa hormones. Okay? Ayan. Is responsible for the sleep and wake cycle response to a more rapid response to a or more. In an endocrine pathway, the reaction involves an endocrine cell which releases the hormone to the bloodstream or the lymphatic system which can attach to receptors of the target cell. Okay? Sa endocrine system, halimbawa, parang yung mga nasa LGBTQIA++. Okay? So yung hormones na yun, sila yung nagbibigay ng signal na ba yung nararamdaman nila. Okay? Tapos, iba minsan nagkakaroon ng hormonal imbalance. So, pag nagkaroon ng hormonal imbalance, so nakaka-epekto din yun sa isang organism. Next is the nervous system. So, the central nervous system is composed of the brain and spinal cord. Okay? So, while the peripheral nervous system is composed of corresponding structures outside of these two organs of the nervous system. So, ang nervous system, meron siyang dalawa. Central nervous system and the peripheral nervous system. Ang central nervous system is yung brain and spinal cord. Ang peripheral nervous system, ah ito yung mga nasa kamay natin, nasa eyes natin. Okay? Sila yung kumukuha ng information. So the central nervous system is responsible for data information processing which is gathered by the peripheral nervous system. Okay? So ba nakatouch tayo ng bagay. Okay? So yung naramdaman mo, that is peripheral nervous system, tapos ita-transfer na sa central nervous system. Siya yung mataprocess ngayon dun sa data or information na nakuha ng peripheral nervous system. Halimbawa, may nakita ka. So, yung nakita mo, papasok sa peripheral nervous system, ita-transfer sa central, and then ipaprocess yung information. So, upon processing, the central nervous system transmit the message again to the peripheral nervous system, which then convey the message for the appropriate response. Kung meron ka na touch, ita-transfer yung data dun sa central nervous system para i-process, and then ibabalik ulit dun sa peripheral nervous system para para i-convey yung message. Ano ba yung kailangan kong gawin dito sa nahawakan ko? Ano ba yung kailangan kong gawin dito sa nakita ko? Okay? Kailangan ko ba ang bawa? Dito, food. Ano ba yung gagawin ko doon? Hahayaan ko lang ba? Or kakainin ko? Sa central nervous system, ibibigay doon sa peripheral. Para alam ng peripheral nervous system yung gagawin niya response doon sa nakita niyang message. Okay, so the nervous system has evolved in increasing complexity through the different groups of animals. So connections among the neurons, so yung neurons, ito yung matatagpuan sa mga brain cells natin, has increased as seen in the development of the nervous system from a simple nerve net to a simple net to a system with ganglia, group of neuron. So ang tawag sa group of neuron is ganglia to encephalized organisms where concentration of neurons are centered in a head. Okay, so below shows the changes in the nervous system of organism. Okay? And, okay, so yung buong yan, that is a nervous system. Central nervous system plus yung peripheral. At yung mga lineage na yan sa human, that is peripheral. Okay, yung mga ugat-ugat. Yan. Okay. Next, muscular system. The muscular system is an organ system consisting of skeletal muscles, which are composed of muscle cells called the muscle fiber, the cardiac muscle or the heart muscle with involuntary kind of movement, and the smooth muscle which is controlled directly by the autonomous or autonomic nervous system. Yung heart natin is yung muscle. And meron siyang involuntary kind of movement. Hindi naman tayo nagpapagalaw sa heart natin. Si heart mismo, siya yung nagbi-beat, nag-heartbeat, nagmo-move, involuntary. So the skeletal muscle is organized from its larger structure, the muscle tissue itself, to its functional unit, which is the sarcomere, as a repeating longitudinal structure that is bound together. So construction is possible because of the structural organization of protein molecules that makes up the sarcomere. Kaya natin i-flex yung mga muscles natin through contraction. Nagiging possible to because of the protein molecules. Kaya nga, di ba yung mga nag-gym, ang kadalasan ini-intake nila is yung mga protein materials para makapag-build ng muscle. Okay? So, napaka-importante na, bawa, uminom sila ng protein shake. Okay? So when contraction occurs, the sarcomere shortens and it's reflected in the contraction of a muscle. So tell the students to flex their muscles, ask them if their muscle shorten. Diba? So pag flex natin, mapapansin niyo that your muscle shorten. Okay? Kaya nga tumitigas sila kasi nga yung mga muscles nyo is shorten. And then pag hindi mo na siya pinaflex, humahaba siya. So naaalis na yung kanyang pagkakatigas. Okay? So, gagawa natin i-flex yung mga muscles natin through contraction. So, in terms of the molecular and physiological process of contraction, nerve impulse transmission is needed to depolarize the cell membrane of the muscle to stimulate contraction. Okay? So, kailangan ng i-depolarize yung mga cell membrane natin para ma-stimulate yung contraction. Okay? Kailangan ng mga nerve cell. Kailangan si nervous system pagdating dito. Next, skeletal system. It provides support and protection and attachment points for muscles. Okay? Yan. So the skeletal system provides rigid framework for movement. It supports and protects the body and its parts, produces blood cells, and stores minerals. So napaka-importante ng skeletal system. Okay? Bukod sa nagiging support and protection natin siya, this also serve as a the system that produces blood cells. Kaya nga, di ba, yung mga may leukemia, okay? So hinahanap is bone marrow transplant. Kasi nga sa skeletal system, siya yung nagpo-produce ng blood cells. Okay? So without this skeletal system, walang blood na mapoproduce. So hindi lang siya for support, for protection, or for attachment of the muscles. So isa pang function ng skeletal system is producing blood cells and stores minerals like calcium. Okay? So a clamshell is an example of an exoskeleton, and the bones and cartilage in a human is an example of an endoskeleton. Okay, so exo, endo. Pag exo sa labas, pag endo sa loob. So yung mga muscles natin, ay yung mga bones natin, cartilage natin ay tinatawag na endoskeleton. So yung shell is tinatawag na exoskeleton. Okay, yung mga matitigas na bagay sa isang organism, it is tinatawag na exoskeleton pag nasa labas, pag nasa loob, endoskeleton. So an endoskeleton should not be misconceived to be only made up of bones, as even in humans, our skeletons are made up of cartilage and bones, while sharks' endoskeleton is made up of cartilage. So pag sinabing cartilage, ito yung soft bones natin. Okay, so for example, sa ears natin, it is made up of cartilage. So kaya nga kaya natin i-move kaya natin siya galaw-galawin. So we have different bones, which our muscles can pull to create movement. And the different types of joints are responsible for different movement that our body can create. So sa skeletal system natin, meron tayong mga joints. Okay? So for example, dito sa daliri, sa siko natin, meron tayong joints. Okay? Okay, so for our written works, do the following on the yellow paper. Then submit it to me via messenger on our before. So palitan natin 12 midnight. Okay, so 12 midnight ipapasa yung activities to me. Okay, so activity 1. Okay, so organ system of an animal body. Okay, so 2, 3, 4. Okay, so ang possible answer dyan, skeletals, muscular, circulatory, respiratory, nervous. Okay, so para sa ating organ system of the body. Okay, so I think kung kaya naman i-draw yung puzzle o yung crossword, so mas maganda para nakikita niyo din yung mga clues for the puzzle. For activity 2, pwedeng answer only na lang. So match the body function with the body system. Okay, so circulatory system, ano ba yung process involving dyan? So pipili lang kayo from A to letter I. Okay? For activity 3, same din. Okay? So parang para mas magkaroon lang tayo ng more information of these systems or organ systems. So same, answer only na lang din. Okay? Yan. So if you have questions, you can DM me sa ating messenger. Okay? So thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Hope you learned something about the organ system of a representative animal. Okay, so thank you for listening. Stay hydrated, stay at home. Okay, that's all. Thank you.